Hello, welcome to the Leader Rematches news channel. Thank you for watching. Alright, today I'm very excited to mention the change log, which took place on November 15th of 2017. I am filming this right now on, I think, well, my time is 2:02 a.m. Central Time, which is 3:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let me go ahead and look up UTC, which is the Universal Time, and I'll be back with you. Alright, so I converted the time to 8:03 a.m., which is the Coordinated Universal Time. So why is this important? Well, it's because according to Q, this update will take longer than normal due to in-depth changes. We estimate that the maintenance period to last from 11:15 at 2 a.m. UTC to November 15th at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. UTC. So there you go. And for me, I don't know if I'm gonna get any sleep tonight, but I do want to be here whenever the update hits, so I don't know. Alright, before I dive into this update log, I have to mention some things first, and before I mention the things, I have to tell you a quick message. Whenever I did my PTS coverage, I have to do a correction on it, and I want to mention this in the update, but there is a brief correction I would like to do. So the summary, if you look at the PTS coverage, you'll see the summary has art and, you know, with the type and, you know, the ghosts. I mean the type. I mean, if you look at the summary box and the art that they made for it, it was beautiful, and I credited Rachel Lucario, and I think I credited Darkshade for that, but a higher up in the staff lounge approached me and told me that it was not Rachel Lucario that did the art. It was actually Shu that did the designs in the summary boxes. So I do want to give credit to Shu for his hard work. And Rachel Lucario, she does do some pretty good art, and you know, and I saw her on the roster, and she's the head bug moderator, so she probably caught tons and tons of bugs as well in Unova. So I'm gonna still credit her for doing something in the Unova updates. So yeah, and bugs are pretty major, so, you know, well, Rachel Lucario sure does have a head for bugs, so there we go. The staff couldn't have picked a more fitting candidate. Alright. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to the brief things first. So before I mention the change log, actually, I think this is the first time that that someone on PokeMMO's development team actually reached out to me in the comments. Hello, Darkshade. So Darkshade mentioned in my comments in on my last headline video, "Hello there, Roy Rogers. I very much enjoy the video. I just want to let you know that we eventually decided upon removing the Rotom trade from Unova. This will make the tiering process much easier, as we won't need to work around its inability to be traded." Alright. Yeah, and you know, I posted a very nice comment to Darkshade. I posted a comment to Darkshade. I liked it. I gave Darkshade a heart, because there's, you know, very rarely does Darkshade ever comment on YouTube, so, you know, I wanted to thank him for doing that. But yes, A lot of people who think that Rotom is going to be the first legendary to be keepable, well, you're gonna have to wait probably until the dungeons. But the good news is that there are a lot of cool Pokemon design-wise. I'm not too sure how good it is comp-wise because, you know, I'm not really too well-versed in Gen 5. But Scotopede, I think that's what you say, it's Scotopede. I mean, it just the design is just beautiful for, you know, for a bug Pokemon. There we go. Just a little bit of some Unova hype there. Does that throw in some Unova hype? All right, so the next headline, and I'm going to talk about this in the update coverage, possibly. So Trainer Sith asks, why aren't there? Well, why is there going to be a nerf on Lucky Eggs unless they will never work with XP share? Unless they will now work with XP share. Q says, short answer, because they are being reworked in different into different items very soon, and they're too good right now. Long answer. Items which set the baseline of progression ahead of default for an infinite duration, like Lucky Eggs or Amulet Coins, force players to use items in order to stay at peak economic efficiency. And there's no disadvantage to using them compared to Nature's, where there is a variety of effects players can choose from to min or max their farming. They make it very hard to balance the game properly, and we can't plan our XP curve for everyone when you can just add a plus 50% modifier on everything, which is entirely optional and could be missed by many players. Eventually, they will be moved into a usage-based system, which is consumable. Alright, great. Let's go ahead and Epic Davenport asks, so can we assume that they will be easier to obtain? Q says, for some items, maybe. These two aren't the only ones which I'll be taking a look at, though. And then, I assume this is from the same person. If not, I cannot see it being an item anymore. An item anyone cares about very much if it is consumed with use. And I apologize if I'm misreading some stuff. I'm a little tired. It's 2:12 a.m. and I want to make sure I cover this update. So there we go, and the update log. I want to make sure I release the update log before the update itself. I want to release the update log coverage on YouTube before the update itself comes onto the server. Alright, so Q says, the Lucky Egg economy of 2012 tells me a different story. People attach value to whatever is rare in order to display wealth, and this system would be rare deflationary for Lucky Eggs in particular. But ignoring that, let's assume something like 250% XP boost for one in-game hour occurs. I think many people would be interested in that kind of buff in order to min or max their farming due to their limited playtime. Alright. So there we go. Let's go ahead and read the update log here. And I'm trying to rush because there's a lot of stuff in the update log. I really want to make sure that that I do this right the first time, and I'm a little tired, so I'm going to try to read it as properly as possible, and please bear with me on my exhaustion here, but I am pretty excited about Unova arriving on the live server. Alright, so Q has stated an update log here. So we're gonna go down. Alright, so we're gonna start with we're gonna go from ascending to descending order. So let's go ahead and start with the features. This is a Roy Rogers news alert. Roy Rogers news alert. Generation 5. This is a Roy Rogers news alert. Fire Red is no longer required. But now you have to download a Pokemon Black or White ROM in order to launch the game. So this is a Roy Rogers news alert. The developers have changed the ROM requirement. So there we go. So I pretty much killed two birds with one stone because I mentioned these two at the same time. All right, great. Game Boy Advance areas are now optional content which may be accessed through Castilla City's docks. Unova may be accessible through the existing docks in Vermilion and Slateport. Unova is now a playable region. Certain version exclusive areas such as Black City are inaccessible at this time and will be merged at a later date. Alright. Added Gen 4, Gen 5 species, forms, etc. Movesets are now based on Gen 7 through 2. Added triple battles. Alright, that should be pretty amazing to look at from a competitive standpoint. Added seasons. Day state changes now reflect Gen 5's. Morning is from 4 a.m. to 10:59 a.m. Day is from 11 a.m. to 5:59 p.m. Evening is from 6 p.m. to 8:59 p.m. and night is from 9 p.m. to 3:59 a.m. All right, great. Now I'm gonna go into some of this cyber talk. To be honest, I'm not really too familiar with some of this, but I do plan to post these 3 links in the description below, so that way you all can take a look at it, because I'm not really much of a cyber expert, but I'm going to try to read this. I'm going to try to read this section. All right, so good. LIBIGDX engine. So in red, PokeMMO says PokeMMO's minimum specifications has been increased from an OpenGL 1.4 plus GPU to an OpenGL 2 plus GPU. Alright, this breaks compatibility with very old chipsets such as G31 and G33, and primarily affects Intel integrated graphics S3 graphics. Users of very old chipsets will need to use compatibility mode to play the game on Windows, or may play using a Dranikoff tweak on Linux. For a list of affected GPUs, please visit Intel's website. Just a reminder, I'm going to put all 3 of those links that you see on your screen in the description below. Anti-aliasing is now available for 3D areas in the settings mode, up to 16 times MSAA is available. MSAA changes won't require an application restart to apply. Anti-aliasing may not work on certain Intel graphics GPU So even though the option is set, this is due to a driver bug which shows MSAA as available where support doesn't exist. MSAA for Intel iGPUs is limited to 8 times, but may only work properly at 4 times due to chipset bugs. All regions, NDS or Nintendo DS and Game Boy Advance now use a 3D battle renderer. Alright, and for any of you that kind of missed the old battle renderer, you can look at my recent video, which is the Slow King tournament, and you can get a little taste of nostalgia. But otherwise, enjoy the new battle renderer. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and read the UI. The UI was very short with last time I checked, but I'm glad that I filmed this much later. But there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and read the UI. I'm going to try to read this as fast as possible. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. Characters now show their cosmetic items in battle. Alright, great. So I don't mean to be tooting my own horn here, but in my headline video, I was correct. You know, I was correct. I mentioned if you miss your old sprites back in 2012, you might want to take screenshots of them while you still have them available. But all right, it's a little too late now. But I'm just I was saying that earlier in my headline segment while PokeMMO was still up. But for any of you that did take screenshots of your old sprites, congratulations. Congratulations. Alright, let's go and read the other UI points that the queue made. Alright. Added global chat. I'm sure a lot of people on PokeMMO are going to be very, very happy with this. I remember back when global chat was eliminated, and a lot of the community didn't appreciate the global chat being eliminated, and I'm glad to see that it came back. And for the people that are listening that wanted the global chat back, the developers were listening. They were listening to your warning, the global chat, and the developers decided to act upon it by putting it right back. So thank you so much, developers of PokeMMO, for putting the global chat back on PokeMMO. Alright, so trade chat is now a global chat type. Alright, man, this is going to make a lot of players' days. This is going to really make a lot of players happy. I mean, by golly, players are going to love it. Alright, added player customizable in-battle sprites. Alright, great. That is beautiful. That is just beautiful. I love that. So, you know, going back to the first point, the developers are phasing out those 2012 sprites that once ruled PokeMMO, and now those sprites have been officially phased out as of November 15th. Alright, added bag searching. Alright, great. Battle and actions for double and triple battles can now be reversed before the turn is locked in. Alright. Added sort by tiering in the GTL. Oh, that's pretty nice. By golly. Good job, developers. You guys did really well on this. This update. You guys hit a home run here. Added price min-max filtering in the GTL. Ooh. Man, I don't know what is up with the PokeMMO developers, but they keep doing the right stuff every single time. I cannot tell you how many players recommended about 6 things in that UI. Players were suggesting older players wanted the global chat to come back, and it did. The older players want trade chat to take place on a more globally accessible place. So in other words, it can access all channels. The developers were listening to that, and they decided to act upon it. And you know, this is just kind of me personally saying this, but I really do commend the PokeMMO developers for really just hitting a home run in this update. I mean, my golly, I mean, with a new region and some things that players wanted back and the players got back, and it's a beautiful update. I really have to say that it's a beautiful update. All right, so there we go, and you see kind of a sneak peek about the gift shop. But before we do that, you might want to slow me down because I'm going to go really fast on the moves here. Ready? Great. 3, 2, 1. Moves. Added Roost, Gyro Ball, Closed Combat, Sucker Punch, Toxic Spikes, Defog, Trick Room, Stealth Rock, Hurricane, Last Resort, Hammer Arm, Tailwind, Flare Blitz, Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, Fire Fang, Charge Beam, Fury Dance, Head Smash, Size Shock, Size Strike, Secret Sword, Veno Shock, Quiver Dance, Heavy Slam, Hate Crash, Flame Charge, Coil, Clear Smog, Shell Smash, Hex, Acrobatics, Storm Throw, Frost Breath, Workup, Cotton Guard, Atomize, there we go, Acid Spray, Simple Beam, Entrainment, Stored Power, Shift Gear, Brain, Trump Card. That card was used back in 2016. Alright, that's enough of my Trump jokes now. Ring Out, Crush Grip, Gastro Acid, Power Swap, Guard Swap, Punishment, Aqua Ring, Hone Claws, Copycat, Healing Wish, Feint, Metal Burst, Payback, U-Turn, Volt Switch, Assurance, Bug Bite, and Pluck. Alright, great. You can slow me down now, but I'm still going to talk moderately fast, but not as fast as I did before. General. Alright. Global trade link listings now forcibly delist after 10 days from creation. Global trade link fees are now limited to 5% on 25K, which is lower. Whichever is lower. Alright, great. That's great. Alright. GTL uses. Ooh, nice. This one is very good. GTL usage is restricted to +4 badges in any region. So, in other words, you can't just go to Pewter and buy yourself a water Pokemon from the global trade link to battle Brock. You have to spend the effort to get all 4 badges before you can access the global trade link. So that was a very smart move with the developers, and I think that that there are a lot of players that are going to start getting the 4th badges, and you know you are going to start getting a little bit more of an authentic feel to the game without the stuff from the global trade link. But yeah, all right. So there we go. 4th point here. The global trade link listings are limited to 200 per type, 200 species plus 200 items. All right. Mailbox. Oh yeah. Mailbox sizes have been increased to 250. Nice. All right, great. Thank you so much, developers, for increasing my mail size. All right, great. Ooh, I like this one too. Fees from mailboxes have been reduced to 100 instead of 1K in game. It's reduced to 100 Pokeyen. Just 100. If no items and species is attached. That is just beautiful. That's great. I really appreciate that. All right. Mail may now be used outside the PC. And QDecide put a sub point there. Claiming and sending items is still restricted to the PC. All right, great. So in other words, you can read your mail on the go, but you can't claim or send anything. All right. So default PC sizes have been increased from 420 to 660. All right, great. The gift shop. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the gift shop here. Several new items are now accessible in the gift shop. All right, let's go ahead and browse through these. All right, and for any of you listening while you're playing PokeMMO here, if you want, you can take a look at these items and see what they look like. All right, so baseball cap and jersey. This is what this looks like over here. Baseball cap and jersey. Basketball jersey. Alright, so that's what that looks like. Alright. Business suit. Alright, this is what the business suit looks like. Alright. Football helmet and jersey. Alright. That is what the football helmet and jersey looks like. Alright. Liberty uniform. This is what the Team Plasma uniform looks like. I think we already have the Plasma hood in the gift shop. I could be wrong though, but I think we already have the hood to go with it. So yeah, so there we go. I'm glad that the developers added that little touch. All right, poncho. All right, that was added. All right, there we go. Restaurant uniform. Oh, nice. I like the restaurant uniform. That looks great. All right. Soccer jersey. All right, that's added as well. So there's soccer jersey. All right. So I'm done mentioning the items. So now you can go back to playing the game if you want. The rest of these are going to be auditory, and enjoy. So let's go ahead and go to the balancing, and there's a lot of balancing here, so sit back, grab your popcorn, and enjoy. Alright, so let's go and start out with the general. The general Elite Four payouts have been increased by approximately 10%. So there we go. I'm assuming that the Q said approximately, because usually in math, this man, I'm just gonna nickname it the Rachel Lucario sign. Alright, so the Rachel Lucario sign here in mathematics means approximately. So I'm reading it as like a math answer. So Elite Four payouts have been increased by approximately 10%. So there we go. Hopefully I'm not misinterpreting that, but anyways, yeah, you can go back to the game if you want, or go back to eating your popcorn. Berry growth times have been rebalanced around 22, 46, and 70-hour timers. Alright, move-learn sets across evolution trees are now more consistent for tutor and TM learn types. Subpoint. This primarily addresses situations where species can learn a move via a TM, but not a tutor, where a tutor and a TM existed for the move. The species can now learn the move through both methods. Oh, nice. Alright, so Hyper Potion HP gain is reduced from 200 to 120 HP points. You will recover. So there we go. Super Potion HP gain has been increased from 50 to 60 HP points. Lemonade HP heal is decreased from 80 to 70 HP points. Soda Pop heal has been decreased from 60 to 50 HP points, and fresh water has been decreased from 50 to 30 HP gain. Sorry, yeah, HP recovery. Alright, so there we go. I mentioned general. I'm going to change the music when we're going to get to a new topic, so that way you can calibrate your mind around the new topic that I'm discussing. Alright, so that's good. So with that being said, I'm going to change the music now. Kanto and Hoenn. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about this. Kanto and Hoenn is probably going to get the biggest surgery that I've ever seen. Well, from the after game perspective. But there we go. And also from a story perspective as well. But most of this stuff is from the after story. Alright, so what happened in Kanto and Hoenn? Alright, so let's go and start off with the storyline. Storyline battles have been updated for Gen 5 build sets. Kanto's monetary rewards for tutorial sections are now more in line with Hoenn's and Unova's. Gym leader payouts are now more consistent across all groups. The Battle Frontiers rental builds have been updated from General Generation 5 build sets. Sorry about that, I'm just a little tired. Added gym leader rematches for Kanto gyms 1 through 7. Alright, that is probably a very major headline here. For any gym runners out there, you have a lot more gyms to battle now. So congratulations. Now you have more XP to gain. So, alright. Great. And I suggested this on forums, and I'm glad that the developers took my suggestion. Alright. So, anyways. Levels of wild encounters in the areas are no longer heavily skewed towards lower levels. Alright, I'm sure that would be very good for a lot of players that want to catch some Pokemon that are higher level, because so sometimes players just want to catch a Pokemon and they want to use it in a gym, and I'm glad that the developers decided to not skew the wild encounters towards lower leveled Pokemon. So there we go. Alright. Monetary XP scaling for common trainers rematches in Kanto and Hoenn have been rescaled. Alright, Tier 1 trainers now scale from levels 9 to 40. Alright. Tier 2 trainers now scale from level 9 to 48. And Tier 3 trainers now scale from level 9 to 56. And this does not affect instanced or special trainers such as gym leaders or the Elite Four. Alright, great. So let's go change the music now. XP gain now uses a modified Gen 3 formula with custom values per species. Disobedience is now classified per region. Now let me go ahead and read this to you. Badge count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so that way I can keep track. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the levels and stuff, but you can enjoy your popcorn while I do that. Alright, so Kanto. So you have 0 badges. What is the maximum level a Pokemon can obey you at? Well, the maximum level is level 20. In Hoenn and Unova, same. It's the same level all throughout, level 20. So the second gym, the maximum level in Kanto is 26. Hoenn and Unova are alike in that both Pokemon's maximum levels are 24 for the first badge. For the second badge, the maximum level is 34, and Hoenn and Unova are alike in that the maximum level is 28. Alright, so all three all three regions are different for the third badge. So the maximum level that a Pokemon will obey you for the third badge is 38 in Kanto, 32 in Hoenn, and 30 in Unova. Alright, so the maximum level that the fourth gym leader, before you get to the fourth gym leader, the maximum level that the Pokemon will obey you is at level 46 in Kanto, and both Hoenn and Unova are alike in that the maximum levels are 34. Alright, so we're at the fifth badge. The fifth badge, the maximum level that a Pokemon will obey you before the 50th badge is 48 in Kanto, and in Hoenn and Unova are alike, 38 for both Hoenn and Unova. Sixth badge. So the maximum level that a Pokemon will obey you with the sixth badge in Kanto is 50. In Hoenn it is 44, and in Unova it's 42. Alright. Seventh badge. So before the seventh badge, the maximum level is 52. In Hoenn it is 48, and in Unova it is 46. Alright, we are almost there. So the eighth badge, the maximum level that a Pokemon is going to obey you before the eighth badge is 62. In Hoenn it's 60, and Unova is 56, and the Elite Four is, you know, all the Pokemon can obey you at any level. So there we go. Alright, so this is kind of a new thing as well. Disobedient party members will now exit the battle immediately. There are some people who have mixed takes on it. I kind of like it personally because sometimes whenever I do the story again every now and then, sometimes I forget to take that level 55 Pokemon that's probably my HM slave and put him back in the PC. And I'm so glad that the PokeMMO developers have given me an extra convenience. So I appreciate the PokeMMO developers for doing that. Alright, and this is another big development as well. Gifts will no longer obey you 100% of the time in their region. Alright. Wow, that is a brand new development for XP. Alright. When a party member has reached the cap for disobedience in the region, they will no longer gain levels until the new badge is obtained. They will retain the XP gained and level up after a gym leader is defeated. Alright. So, party member has reached the cap of disobedience in the region. They will no longer gain levels until a new badge is obtained. They will retain the XP gained and level up after the gym leader is defeated. I'm not sure if I'm misreading this, but my mind is taking me to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and I'll tell you why. Back in the Shadow Pokemon, if you remember, you were battling Cypher and all these other Pokemon, and if you notice, your Shadow Pokemon didn't level. So you went over to this Purify chamber, and you purify the Pokemon, and you gain all the XP there, and your Pokemon goes up to levels and stuff. So I feel almost like it's going to be that, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not misinterpreting this. It's just me speaking. I think it's going to be more of like a Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness feel, in that your Pokemon are you cannot gain any XP until you do a certain event. On PokeMMO, the equivalent of that is getting the gym badge. So there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about Lucky Egg XP has been reduced from 1.5 times to 1.1 times, and to be honest, I've seen where people comment on forums about this. I'm alright with with the reduction of the lucky egg, because it's still 1.1 times, and that's still a lot of XP, even with the reduction. And you know, the back of my mind was telling me that these lucky eggs, they pretty much give you a lot of XP, and they are an OP item. And I kind of thought to myself, you know, I feel like that this item is going to get a reduction. That's what I felt like in the back of my mind. And to be honest, I still think that 1.1 times is still a pretty good amount. I mean, it's pretty good, you know, it's a pretty good amount. And yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to... Alright. Hordes are now more common in certain areas. Alright. Levels of wild encounters are now on average higher than most areas and no longer scale in extremely wild ranges, e.g. 5 to 40. Alright. Like I said before, a lot of newer players are going to enjoy the fact that there's higher leveled wild Pokemon, because that means that they have less training in game and they could be able to get that badge that they want. So I think there's going to be a lot of newer players who are going to thank the developers for this update. So there we go. Alright, so the battle points. Let's go and talk about the battle points. Battle points, ranked PvP battle, PvP-based battle point gains have been reduced from 4,000 to 3,500. Alright. Battle point move tutors costs in the Battle Frontier have been rescaled. Wow! Look at that! If only I taught the Pokemon the battle point move right after the update. Ah! Oh! Oh man. Well, you know, hey, at least the move was taught, but I would have loved this discount. But I do thank the developers for doing this. Alright, so the developers have reduced the battle point cost from 35,000 battle points to 12,000 battle points, 30 battle points to 11,000 battle points, 25,000 battle points to 10,000 battle points, 15,000 battle points to 8,000 battle points, 10,000 battle points to 7,500 battle points, and the only one that's actually equal is from 5,000 battle points to 5,000 battle points, so no change there. Alright. So, you might want to speed me up here, because the moves, I'm going to try to mention this as fast as possible, and, you know, thanks to me being, you know, a little tired here, I may go a little slower, but I am going to try to speed. I'm going to try to speed through this. Alright, so I am going to try to speed through this, but I'm a little tired, so I don't know if I can do it or not. Alright, so let's do it. In 3, 2, 1. Moves! Air Cutter, base power 60. Assurance, base power 60. Aquasphere, base power 80. Blizzard, base power 110. Bubble, base power 40. Chatter, base power 65. Crabhammer, base power 100. Dracometer, base power 130. Dragon Pulse, base power 85. Energy Ball, base power 90. Fire Blast, base power 110. Fire Pledge, base power 80. Flamethrower, base power 90. Frost Breath, base power 60. Fury Cutter, base power 40. Future Sight, base power 120. Grass Pledge, base power 80. Heat Wave, base power 95. Hex, base power 65. Hidden Power, base power 60. Hurricane, base power 110. Hydro Pump, base power 110. Ice Beam, base power 90. Incinerate, base power 60. Leaf Storm, base power 130. Lick, base power 30. Low Sweep, base power 65. Magma Storm, base power 110. Meteor Mash, base power 90. Muddy Water, base power 90. Overheat, base power 130. Pin Missile, base power 25. Power Gem, base power 80. Rock Tomb, base power 60. Skull Bash, base power 130. Smelling Salts, base power 70. Smog, base power 30. Snore, base power 30. Snore, base power 50. Storm Throw, base power 60. Struggle Bug, base power 50. Surf, base power 90. Synchronize, base power 120. Techno Blast, base power 120. Thief, base power 60. Thunder, base power 110. Thunderbolt, base power 90. Vine Whip, base power 45. Wake Up Slap, base power 70. Water Pledge, base power 80. Leech Life, base power 80. Sucker Punch, base power 70. Tackle, base power 40. Outrage, base power 90. Alright, great. So I'm done reading all the base powers. So let's go ahead and read some of the move effects. So, alright, you can speed me up. No, not speed me up. You won't be able to understand me. You can slow me down. There we go. You can slow me down so that way so you can understand what I'm trying to say here. Alright, so I'm gonna speed through this in 3, 2, 1. Alright. Defog now clears away spikes, toxic spikes, stealth rocks present on both sides of the field. It still only clears away safeguard, mist, reflect, and light screen from the target side of the field. Alright, so defog now. Alright, so it's kinda like rapid spin. Defog is kinda like rapid spin here, so there you go. Alright, so Destiny Bond will always fail if it was successfully executed on the previous turn. Sheer Cold will no longer affect ice types. Mimicked moves will now have 5 PP. Conversion changes the caster's type to match the type of the first move's typing. After you, Attract, Bestow, Bug Buzz, Chatter, Conversion 2, Curse, Destiny Bond, Disable, Echo Voice in Encore, the Foresight, Gear Up, Grass Whistle, Growl, Grudge, Guard Swap, Haze, Heal Bell, Heart Swap, Helping Hand, Hold Hands, Hyper Voice, Imprison, Instruct, Metal Sound, Odor Sleeth, Parasong, Power Swap, Psych Up, Reflect Type, Relic Song, Roar, Roleplay Round, Screech, Sing, Skill Swap, Snarl, Snore, Spite, Supersonic, Taunt, Torment, Uproar, and Whirlwind will now hit a target through Substitute. Scald thaws a target on hit. Assist and Copycat cannot call Roar, Whirlwind, or semi-invulnerable moves such as Dig. Body Slam, Dragon Rush, Shadow Force, Steamroller, and Stomp will no longer miss while the target is under the effects of Minimize. Water Sport and Mud Sport persist for 5 turns after switching out. Natural Power may now call Tri-Attack in PvP. Block, Mean Look, and Spiderweb will now bypass Protect. Snatch may now steal Recycle. Snatch may now steal Recycle. Confusion now has a 33% chance to inflict self-damage. Paralysis speed reduction is from 75% to 50%. Burn damage is now 6.25% of total HP. Cotton Spore targeting has changed from any adjacent to all foes adjacent. Natural Power targeting has changed from self to any adjacent. Bug fixes. All right, so now you can kind of now you can slow me down. Now, well, I mean, now you can put me back on normal speed here. But all right, so bug fixes. All right, great. So bug fixes: improved handling of network latency during scripted events and certain tile movements. Improved client memory management while handling many character customization items. Fixed an issue where the trainer tower's leveling does not scale upwards. The trainer tower has been re-enabled. Fixed an issue where returning from matchmaking teleporting will not respect the world's height. Alright. So, notes. From species which have gained new evolutions if they were level... yeah. Alright, so notes. Alright, let's go and change the music again for, I think, the last time for this update thing, and then from here on I might put on the sign out music. Notes. Alright. Notes. From species which have gained new evolutions, if they were level above 96, equal to 96 or above, then they have been reduced to level 95, so they may evolve. For example, if you have a Rhydon that's level 100, for example, it's, well, yeah. Right. So for example, if you have a Tangela that's level 100, then the developers are going to lower down Tangela's level to level 95, so that way you can teach it ancient power and then you can evolve it from there. Alright, so PvP tiers have been wiped in preparation for the new metagame. For discussion on temporary tiering, please see the temporary tiering update tier discussion topic in the competitive alley. And there was primarily a lot more things. We forgot to write them down. Go look in game. Alright, great. So overall, I think we read a lot of this. Actually, I think we read all of this. And if you want, I can... I think I read this previously on my headline segment, but if you want, I can post a link of this thread as well. I'll tell you what, I'm going to link 4 links here. I'm going to post a link of the compatibility mode, the Druncuff tweak, and the Intel website. Alright, I'm just kind of checking to make sure there's no other links here. So, alright, so compatibility mode, Druncuff tweak and Intel's website. I'm going to also provide a link of the temporary update tier discussion thread, and I think we're complete on reading the changelog. Alright, thank you for watching me here. Well, watching me read, or if you were not watching, thank you for listening to me reading. Thank you so much for listening to me read all this. So there we go. I do look forward to covering the update once the client is back up. Anyways, this is the Roy Rogers News channel. Don't forget to comment or subscribe to our channel, like or dislike the content that you see here. And this is the Roy Rogers News channel signing off. Fast, accurate, unbiased, Roy Rogers News. Pretend like I said, bye YouTube. Alright? Bye YouTube! And I think the chat bubble takes about 5 seconds to fade. Bye YouTube!